What's
ahead
up,
if you want to.
everyone? You heard that right. Shirts versus Skins collaborating with Danny Cacace on a brand new episode where we're going to be covering pretty much all things NBA. We're going to be talking about the free agencies, the trades, the drafts, everything you want to hear before the NBA season starts, which is pretty soon. We're going to give you
Yep.
guys full coverage on that. And so we'll just get right into it. We'll start with our draft picks. I think we so what we have in store for you guys today is we're basically going to give you guys our draft winners and our draft losers. We each got 3 picks lined up, so you guys can see who has the best picks and who you guys agree with the most. So
hmm
who wants to
Let's
take
do
it?
it.
Who wants to go for it first?
I'll start it. I'll start it. Well, first off, I'm excited. Well, yeah, I'm excited. This whole time right now, the NBA, the draft and free agency is probably like my favorite period. Just teams that can reshape how they can become better and stuff. It's very exciting for me. I don't know about you guys, but for me it is. So we're gonna
Absolutely.
start off with top three each draft winners,
I
and
guess we could go for winners first.
yeah, let's do winners. I think for me, one of the teams I picked is the Philadelphia 76ers. I think they're clear winner of the draft.
Hold on. I mean, I think if you ask everybody here, I think we all say that number one is Philly, right?
Yeah, I mean
I
for
put
me, it's
Philly down.
you
Or
put Philly down.
Yeah, I
I didn't
have
say
Philly.
I didn't rank them. This is just like my opinion. I just really
yeah,
Yeah,
think the
but
Philadelphia
we all
76ers.
agree that Philly had a great draft.
Yeah,
yeah.
All right.
yeah,
Yeah.
No, they did a pretty good job.
yeah.
All right.
Uh,
Yeah.
looking at the 76ers, I think they had a couple main issues. Um, they're bringing in Daryl Morey. I think
That
that's
was huge.
that's huge for them. That was really huge for them. I think one of the issues that they had was how can they play with Ben Simmons and Embiid and the new acquisition of the past summer, Al Horford. Clearly on the court, it made no sense last season, and that was a huge issue. And Daryl Morey worked his magic. He traded him away to the Oklahoma City Thunders. They gave up a couple draft picks. Stan Presti likes his draft picks. So that's a solid
Sure
trade
does.
for them. But they traded away his big contract, almost getting paid $30 million a year, getting a couple caps, clearing some cap for them, but also acquiring a couple players. One of them being Danny Green, just coming off of a NBA championship, a 3-and-D guy, someone that in theory fits the team very well in terms of, like I said, being someone that could shoot and hit some threes, spacing out the floor for Embiid and Ben Simmons, while also playing defense, something that they were trying to get last season. Someone a 3-and-D guy, and also bringing in a very good young player in Terrence Ferguson. So that was one of the biggest issues they had. While also, I think another issue that they had was having a guard that can create for himself, and that's been something for a long time. That was an issue for the Sixers. They acquired Josh Richardson in a trade from for Jimmy Butler, and he didn't really live up or play well for them. He had a couple good games, but overall, you can see it in the playoffs. He just wasn't good enough. And drafting someone who I think is probably the steal of the draft, Tyree Maxson
Yeah.
Is it
from
Tyrese?
Tyrese. Yes,
Jackson.
he's
Yeah.
sensational. That's a steal of the draft, falling up to I think 21st to them. That was a huge steal for them. And I like the player. I liked him a lot. I would have took him in Miami. In my own draft board, I think he was way higher than 21st. So that was a steal easily. And also a very underrated move that they did was trading Josh Richardson to the Philadelphia 76ers for Seth Curry. A main issue, another issue was the perimeter shooting that they lacked. Getting someone like Seth Curry, who was a sniper throughout the last season, especially in the postseason, that was a huge acquisition for them and a great fit for that team. And Daryl Morey put on a masterclass and showing up at Elton Brand, who clearly wasn't suited for that team. Just he embarrassed them in my opinion, really did. So yeah, that's why I picked 76ers.
Yeah. I mean, you can't really argue with Philly. They did
Yeah,
exactly what they had to do. and the fact that they somehow got someone to take that Al Horford contract, I mean, it was a perfect offseason for them. So
Very impressive.
yeah, like, should I go to number two or?
Yeah, you could get. I think we'll just all go around and give one each.
All right. I mean, he took Philly, so I'll go with Charlotte. Okay, so first of all, they took LaMelo Ball, who I think is the best player in this draft. It's a toss-up with him and Anthony Edwards, but in my opinion, they also drafted a lot of guys who like have first-round talent, but kind of dropped down. Guys like Vernon Carey Jr., who was like a top 5 player coming out of high school, who went to Duke and put up some big numbers. So they got two really good players, and then they got Nick Richards and Grant Miller. Nick Richards is exactly what they needed, a really big center that can rebound, that can block shots, and then Grant Miller, who's I mean, now they do have 3 point guards. So I mean, I don't know why they would draft another point guard, but he's a really talented player. And then they also got him in the second round. So for me, I got Charlotte.
We both agreed that LaMelo, for both of us, was the best player in that draft.
Yeah.
So
I think
when you acquire the best player in the draft, that's it. I mean,
and then when you add 3 other,
good solid players.
Yeah, 3,
And Charlotte look solid. They
do. I think when we get into free agency, I kind of want to talk about Charlotte a little.
Yeah.
But
I definitely think we have to talk about Charlotte.
Yeah. Danny, out of curiosity, because now we got another Knicks fan. How do you? Because how do you think the Knicks did? Are they in your top 3?
They are, but I see, like, I don't want to be biased because, like, that I am a Knicks fan, but I really did think they got a steal in the draft. Obi Toppin was the best talent available, and I don't think he should have fell that low. We got him at number 8. Guy's a high flyer. I mean, he's going to bring a show to the Garden. Literally, it's going to be a show every single night. And to have a guy like that on a team, I think he's going to benefit us so much in the long run. Having him, RJ there, and all these young guys. The Knicks are doing really good moves so far, and I really like him. He can shoot the 3 ball. He literally has everything you could want in a player. The only thing that's in question is his defense, of course. But I mean, that's still, to be improved now. The fact that we have
his coach,
we got Tibbs now, right? I mean, that could only help him improve.
Yep.
And I don't see as to why he can't be a solid defender one day. He's really bad on, like, picking up on the pick and roll game. I've noticed that. But other than that, I mean, he's a really solid offensive player, and he can only improve.
Can I ask you Knicks fans a question?
Go ahead.
So, okay, in your opinion, you probably thought he was the best talent available. A lot of analysts probably agreed with you guys. But how do you feel the fit is with the Knicks, though? If you
personally, I wanted a point guard. That wasn't my.
I agree. I had them.
I wanted Tyrese Halliburton. So
letting him fall.
But do you think that Julius Randle is going to be our power forward of the future? No,
absolutely not.
That's why I think we got Obi Toppin, because I feel like Randle's out of here eventually.
But how is Obi Toppin's fit with the lack of shooting and spacing on that team? Like you said, you're right. Julius, how does a team like RJ Barrett, who struggles shooting from the 3, someone like Mitch Robinson, of course, can't shoot, Julius Randle. Now, how do you feel about Obi Toppin? How is he in the best situation to succeed in New York?
I think he's just Rando's replacement, to be honest. I really don't think he's going to bring the shooting, like you said, to the team. Like, there's still things that we have to improve on with the shooting and playmaking and all these things. That's why I wanted Halliburton on the team, but we didn't do that.
I had them picking you guys. I had him going to you guys. So it's Knicks and Knicks. Listen, like, anything's an improvement on Julius Randle. So
it could be like an RJ and Zion in college. Plus he can shoot Obi Toppin. He's not a great shooter, but he's a shooter.
Yeah, but also sometimes shooting at college doesn't transition well into the league, though.
Yeah, and the same thing, like, but I'm saying Obi Toppin, I think at 8 we have to take him for his talent.
That's fair.
He
Personally,
dropped down.
That's what they
He
did. They
dropped
took the
down.
best talent
personally,
available. And
Yeah.
I believe in Tibbs and Mike Woodson to actually coach these guys
I
up.
love that we got Mike Woodson back. I really do.
Mike Woodson, you're
Come on, bro.
Last time we were in the playoffs is because of him. I mean,
Exactly.
come on.
Yeah, and well, I mean, I trust in Tibbs and Mike Woodson to actually.
What about your
coach
other
these
pick
guys
though?
up and not for his deal.
What about your other pick though? Quickly.
Emmanuel quick.
Actually, we got a point guard in him.
I like
so.
that.
And he
That's
can
a good
shoot.
pickup. I like that. That's a good pick for you guys. And also undrafted, picking up Miles Powell.
Powell.
Yeah, I saw some highlights on him.
Undrafted, that's a gamble. That's a good gamble. So I think overall the Knicks did well. And I'm pretty hard on the Knicks. I think they did well. It all depends on Obi Toppin because myself, I had doubts about him before the draft. If you could come and shut me up, that'd be good. He's a Brooklyn kid, so I'm rooting for him.
We'll say that is true. I just want to say really quickly, I'm pretty sure Tiku did kind of say Obi Toppin was a little risky pick in our draft episode that we did. Mm-hmm. So it's all on camera now.
And of course the
Knicks to get Obi Toppin at 8.
Yeah, he definitely fell lower than I think most people expected, if not everyone. You know,
he was the best player available, so
that's fair. We'll see. Only time will tell. Really. Should we go into
third? Because I mean,
I want to give. I didn't get to give my pick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think I really like the Timberwolves pick. In I think in terms of fit, I think it was the perfect because if that team drafts LaMelo Ball, I think you get a very bad situation.
And we were talking about it.
We were
talking about in the draft preview. In terms of fit, Anthony Edwards easy. And I agree with you. I had Minnesota as when you get arguably the best player in the draft while also being the best fit for the team, you're easily a winner just from that.
Right. A lot of people are coming out saying, "Oh, Minnesota's a loser because they were trying to trade away their pick." I don't think they lost. I don't think they lost
absolutely
anything.
Not.
It's the draft. People are saying, "Oh, it's a risky pick." What pick is not a risky pick in a draft?
That's a fact. You're right, and I agree.
What pick is
You're
not
right.
a risky pick?
But at the end of the day, why shouldn't the Minnesota shop that pick? Do their due diligence and ask around. Like, what can they get? That's what competent front offices do. Doesn't mean they wanted to, but if the right offer is there, if they're gonna get a star back to pair up with Cat, because listen, at the end of the day, we don't know what his mindset is. Maybe Cat might want to leave in a couple years. So do the best to build a winning team around him now. So I have no problem with them shipping the pick, but they didn't, and they picked up Anthony Edwards. Really good pick, and I agree with you.
So let's go on to the losers of the
pick. Hold on.
You want to say something real quick? Go for it.
Some honorable mentions. I would pick Memphis. I think they had a really underrated pick.
They did well.
Draft. They came in the draft with no picks at all, and they leave with 2 really good players that can really help them win now.
Desmond Bane
and
shooter. Probably the best shooter in that draft, arguably.
Players, maybe, and he's a really big body that can help them win now. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like you're saying right now, they want to win now, so we'll see. Also, the Kings and the Spurs. The Kings, they got
Tyrese Haliburton.
Two people that dropped.
This is the guy that everybody was talking about. Exactly. I mean, this is like a top 5 talent that fell to 14. So I think it's a big deal. And the Spurs, who just got the perfect fit for them.
Perfect. And Danny almost fell. Joni, he was so close to becoming a Spur. Your dream.
We could have traded up.
Yeah, they should have traded up. We were talking during the draft. I told you guys, I was like, "What are they doing?
Right.
Like, we need to get him. He fell so far." But
still, a great draft. And you also got Trey Jones,
I think that's a great pick in my opinion.
It's good. It's a good draft. They got a good young. Now, listen, that was going back to our discussion in the NBA preview. Do the Spurs might just want to blow it up now? We'll see. We'll see.
And I know it was.
Go ahead.
Okay. And I know it was an obvious pick, but the Warriors did good with getting James Wiseman. They needed a center. They lacked rim protection, and they got him.
You see, this is where I might disagree with you. But before we go to losers, Can I say one honorable mention? Same way Ahmed got it. Let me try one. My winner easily is LeVar Ball.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
As a LeVar Ball been saying it since Lonzo was in college. He's like, these boys are gonna be in
High school.
the first from freaking
Yeah,
high school.
from
You're
high
right.
school.
Now
Yeah.
having have two of his sons go top 3 in the draft.
And the amount of
Great.
disrespect he had to
Amazing.
go through just to
Oh,
prove them wrong.
People trying
He
to
got
discredit
2.
him as a father. Come
Get
on,
out
man.
of here, bro. No way.
Come on, man. And listen, and Leangelo, maybe he
He's still
could have
there.
been.
Still young,
He's
man.
still there.
Now you're right. Maybe if that whole situation where he got caught robbing in China, maybe he went to UCLA. Maybe he would have been in the league as well.
Absolutely.
Winner, LeVar Ball.
All right. Danny, do you want to open us up with the losers?
Sure. Losers of the draft, you mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
losers of the draft.
The Hornets.
You think the Hornets?
Yeah.
Disagreeing with Ahmed there.
Why?
I love
Why
this.
though? Why?
I love this.
They got 2 guards already. I mean,
That's
they already got 2 guards.
They do.
It's
Devontae Graham, Terry
Danny.
Rozier. Well, I mean, to be honest, I think it's also hurting LaMelo Ball's development as a player. I mean, unless they're going to trade away Terry Rozier or Devontae Graham, which I don't think they're going to trade away.
definitely not
Devontae Graham.
Devontae.
Definitely
love-
not Devontae. Devontae
I
had a
love that
breakout
you said
season.
that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I like LaMelo Ball. I think he was the best pick available. But, I mean, having already 2 guards, what are they going to do with LaMelo Ball is the question in here.
Yeah.
I do like the pick, though, ideally. Could they have gone a different route? Sure. But I do think that they lost out on getting
That's a
somebody
fair
else
argument.
that could have benefited them.
It is.
Yeah, that's a really fair argument. But now listen,
And
we were
again,
talking about this. Yeah, we were talking about this with Minnesota. Best guy available, man. How can you can't like pass on that
That's
guy.
why I think what
You
the Knicks
can't.
did was solid as well. So
Yeah.
So,
it's the same
I think
situation.
though, like I said, valid argument. You gotta go with him and then worry about it later. To a guy like Terry Rozier, maybe he can be a trade piece. Maybe he can do something. Who knows?
I find it very
you
funny
got
that
it.
you said the Hornets.
Yeah.
Matt, you go ahead and say something.
Danny. Let me ask you a question, Danny. Any of those 2 point guards you said, Terry Rozier or Devontae Graham, they don't even have close of like the actual ceiling
Yeah.
of
Right.
LaMelo Ball.
I agree with you.
Point guard who can
agree with
change the franchise.
No, I mean I don't think they're true
He's
losers,
gonna
but
sell out seats. He's box office.
I know absolutely. That's why I think they're gonna elevate like the fans and attendance.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
so
Actually-
I mean, they're not really true losers, but I just picked them as a team. just to
Funnily
say.
enough, I put Devontae Graham in my losers. Now, Danny,
Wow.
you
If
remember
we
in
could
fantasy?
we could have been more specific. Sure. I mean, if you
Yeah.
wanted to go there or
No,
Terry
yeah,
Rozier,
but
then I
listen,
would've won.
Danny, you remember in fantasy how happy I was with Devontae Graham because I felt like I got a
Yeah.
huge steal last
You
year
got
with
a
him,
huge steal.
and
Yeah.
he was great.
Yeah.
But I think Ahmed said this. I don't know if he said it on the podcast. That technically is Terry Rozier's team.
Terry Rozier?
I didn't
Yeah.
say that.
I mean, it
I
was
don't-
supposed to be, right? I mean, it was
It's
supposed to be. Then he
supposed
just
to
had
be.
Oh yeah.
It might not
was.
be, but like
Not
he's
now.
technically
Supposed to
the
be.
guy.
But I'm saying,
You know what I mean?
saying, like they got that, like all taken care of, probably midway through the season when Devontae Graham was averaging 20 for them.
But
And
Devontae
did you see
Graham.
Devontae Graham at the end of the season? He kind of started having a slump. He kind of started playing
Yeah,
bad.
I noticed that.
Maybe
So-
he never lived up to his contract either. Still,
maybe
That's
the
true.
Hornets took that
Devontae Graham
into
was
thought.
like a second round pick.
Maybe the Hornets took that into thought when they're in the draft process. They're like, this guy's players went down later on this season, but also maybe he just stopped caring. Who knows? I think they still. I think they still were in a playoff run. Maybe I'm not gonna be 100%, but maybe the Hornets
Well,
took that
they
into
picked
thought,
second.
and then they realized LaMelo got to be the guy. If he's there, you got to pick LaMelo.
And he's box office. For,
His
100%.
box office.
for a team like Charlotte, who has to give Gordon Hayward
Jordan.
that kind of money to sign someone,
That's it.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
a Jordan
Box
draft
office.
pick. Jordan
Okay.
draft pick.
You want to go with the other one? Tiku?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
I wanna go against what Danny said. He had the winners as the Golden State Warriors. I did not. I had him as a loser actually. So my train of thought is basically, unfortunately, literally, I think the same day of the draft or the day before,
Losing
who
Clay.
got hurt, news came out about Klay Thompson. Tough, very tough, and that really hurts because who doesn't like Klay Thompson, man? Very
I think it
good
was the day
player.
after the draft. Not to cut
No,
you off
it was
there.
the day
I
before,
think-
but they got the results.
Yeah. the
day
day.
Okay,
after.
okay.
Either
Go
way.
ahead.
And now going into that draft, picking a center, which Ahmed made a great point. Nowadays, do you really need a superstar center, especially someone like James Wiseman, who I feel is very overrated in terms of that his skill set. He's like a dinosaur center. His skill set would have been perfect 10 years ago, 15 years ago. But is that skill set needed now? Need more of, like how I said, the modern NBA center. The perfect example is Bam Adebayo, someone that can switch on defenses, guard 1 through 5, good playmaking, play defense, work hard.
And he could shoot.
Can James Wiseman do that? You know, his level of competition wasn't that good, but there wasn't a lot to see, especially what happened in Memphis where he had to leave. And losing Klay Thompson, you had someone like LaMelo fill in that void. Maybe he comes in, has a great season, and guess what? Klay Thompson comes back. They might trade LaMelo.
Did
Who knows?
they know? Did they know that Klay Thompson was as bad as he
They
was?
definitely did. I think they
Hold on,
definitely
hold on.
did. I think they still went with James Wiseman. I really
That's
do believe
crazy
that.
to me.
Now,
That's
I think they
crazy.
did.
I can't believe that.
hold up, Tigu. And now that they traded for Kelly Oubre, do you still feel that they had
Yes.
a bad draft? Yeah.
Yeah, I think you gotta go LaMelo. Kelly Oubre, great freaking pickup. I think after the whole situation with Clay, I think they did well. But man, you gotta pick a LaMelo. But listen, second round on Nico Manning. He was pretty high in the season. They say he was a first round pick.
First round
Picking him up in
talent.
the second round.
You know,
First round talent.
He's like a
Um,
screwed up Alec Caruso.
Who knows? Listen, the hindsight, I might be wrong. I might be looking like an idiot, but you got to pick LaMelo, in my opinion. So I have them as a loser.
I think Danny might have a point in that they're winners, but only if James Wiseman really does fill the potential of a second.
100%.
But
But-
like, I do kind of agree with Tiku because, like I said before, you can get James Wiseman, just go sign Dwight Howard or go sign any kind of big man in free agency.
And big
James-
man's got paid, though.
Plus-
Listen, a lot of big man's got paid.
I mean, okay.
They don't wanna waste
Real
money.
ideally, what the Warriors should have done was trade the second pick for a decent big man and something else. That's what they should have done, in my opinion. Because Wiseman, a lot of people, even though a year ago he was the out and out player that the Warriors should have gone for, if you would have asked someone a year ago. And then with the problems with the lack of experience because of the eligibility, so ideally he was the perfect pick. Realistically, we have to
should've
see
traded
how
down.
it pans out. They should have. I think they should have traded.
I think they should have traded down. There was talks about trading down to 5 and getting Wendell Carter. Wendell Carter is better than Wiseman, and I think he will be in the long term. I think he will be better than him. Plus, getting 5, Danny's still there. Okongwu, I said Okongwu. So, but yeah. Anyways, loser.
They could shut us up. So we'll see.
Oh yeah, 100%. The Warriors have done it so many other times. So
Who do you have? Who do you have as a loser, Joni? Who do you
Me?
have?
I said Devontae Graham, but also another thing I want to say. Not only is LeVar Ball a winner, but college basketball is a loser.
ooh.
College basketball is a loser. I think it was this crazy thing where none of like the core teams that usually always have lottery picks were in the lottery,
Yeah.
like Duke and whatever, had no lottery
Right.
picks this year,
I didn't
which
realize
is
that.
insane.
Duke, Kentucky.
None of them.
I mean,
Wow.
it was kind of obvious in the beginning.
I
You
think
got Florida, you got-
thanks
you
to
got
LeVar Ball, college basketball,
Memphis.
He was the main
you
guy.
got to start doing
Yeah.
something right because
Mind
it's
you,
not headed right.
we talked about it when we couldn't even say the names of a couple of people. A lot of international players, man.
A lot of
A
international.
lot of internationals. LaMelo came out, RJ Hampton.
Yeah.
And now the draft next, you got guys like Jalen Green who's going to the G League. So you're right. I agree with that.
I know Danny and Ahmed like the internationals.
Oh yeah.
Standard Knicks
Right, right.
fans with their standard
And the
picks.
Knicks fans, and they all suck.
I got a lot of losers, but I mean, I'll give you because not even say one yet. So I'll go one. I think right now Chicago Bulls definitely have to look like a
Yeah.
loser. Picking Patrick Williams that high. Um, I did hear that Detroit wanted him at 7, but
Yeah.
Patrick Williams, I mean, this is a guy that did not start in college. He does have all-star potential, but the gamble is very high, and
You're
I
right.
don't know. I don't know if he can afford. I don't know. I don't know if you guys agree, but
No,
I had
you
them
know,
on my list. So
that's the thing. It's sick because during like in real time when I didn't think about it, I was like, dude, they drafted him way too high. But then looking at him, the potential of this kid,
good player.
he has a great ceiling, man. He can be very,
Very
very good for
defensive
them.
player.
Now it can be
And
either
they're
really
not
bad,
gonna play
really
to
good.
Be made
So-
to gamble.
Draft night, I would have probably had them as losers. I don't agree with it. Now that's just me.
I also
Great
have the
potential,
Pelicans.
great ceiling. You got to take a gamble. Listen, you said it yourself. Some teams need to take a gamble. Do it.
I don't know if Chicago is in the place to like
That's
take
fair.
gambles. I mean, they gotta just.
That's
I don't
fair.
know.
They got a good team though. They got solid players, man. And we said something about defensively. Defensively, they struggled. Picking up a very good defensive guy. Why not?
And they
You
lost
pair him
Chris
up with
Paul.
Levine. That's
Like
true.
Denzel Valentine. I mean,
That's
I don't
true.
know what they're doing though, but we'll see. I also have the Pelicans as losers.
That's fair.
They took the point guard from Alabama.
Cavaliers.
Yeah, Carol Lewis Jr. I mean, I don't understand, but you have Lonzo Ball. You have they took
Bledsoe.
yeah. I mean, now I don't know. I don't know if that trade is like official. I don't know.
I think it
But-
is now. I think.
And then I was.
Yeah, I
I
think
mean,
it
I'm
is.
pretty sure they also drafted a point guard last year, Alexander Walker.
Mhm.
So I don't understand why you take a point guard, especially when you have Lonzo. I mean, I love Lonzo, especially with that team with Zion and those guys. He's a perfect fit. They also they could have drafted a big man or like a nice power forward that fits with Zion Williamson that can kind of play with him. I mean, Jackson Hayes is a big, but he's not gonna like actually bang bodies with big men.
Honestly, I don't know
I'll-
what the Pelicans are doing. At really, honestly, they're going against Zion in moves that they did when we
And
talk
then
about free agency.
instead
You're gonna Adams.
of just drafting like a very good center, and now they have to trade picks away to get Steven Adams and then sign him
Makes no sense. Which makes no
for 2
sense.
more years. I mean, I don't get it. And then Phoenix,
Yeah,
Does no one have the Rockets? Did anybody here have the Rockets as a
I have
loser?
the Rockets. I have the Rockets.
are just in a
I had
mess.
the
I
Rockets
put them as losers for free agency. So
for free
That's
agency.
fair.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
free agency too. I agree.
Phoenix in the
Oh.
draft. I picked as losers. I don't know why you
Same.
take James Smith at 10. He's not
I agree
a
with you.
he's not a top 10. They could have picked like a backup point guard that could have learned from Chris Paul.
Mhm.
That's what I mean. That would have been perfect. But
Yeah.
they also could have drafted the players that were still there. Devin Vassell, like Precious,
Yep.
your boy, our boy,
Yes, sir.
and then that's it.
BX.
A
What
lot
up?
of losers on draft night.
So
Yeah. I'm agree with you on two. One, the Suns. I agree with you as well. I think mostly because Jalen Smith was definitely a reach for them. I had him probably mid first round. I would have
Last year
took him in
too.
Miami, so I
He
was
reached.
pretty mad about that. But I would have personally, and they lost. They let Aaron Baines go for somebody who they could have easily paid that contract, how much he got paid in the Raptors, and they let him go for Jalen Smith, who's not even a top 10 talent. So
Nah.
they definitely reached on that, and I would have went Devin Vassell easily. Put around shooters around D Book. Put more shooters around Chris Paul. That's me. I think they are
I agree.
easily losers.
let's go into the free agency. We're gonna start with the winners. Who wants to lead us out with their picks? Anybody want to go for it? Dan, you want to go
Let me
for
think.
it?
I'll
with
go
your
for
winner?
it. Okay. The Lakers.
Lakers.
I mean, I thought that was obvious.
I had them.
Getting Dennis. Oh my God, I can't speak. Get Dennis Schroeder I mean, now they got actual point guard. He's not like top tier talent, but he's a solid point guard at best.
Yeah.
And he could attack the paint, kick it out to guys like LeBron, Davis. Really good pickup for them. And getting Montrezl Harrell, I mean, come on now. You literally, I mean, going from now the Clippers to the
And
Lakers
Paul.
just to go for a ring. I mean, I think that was kind of sneaky on Harrell's part, but Harrell's end.
He's a snake.
He's a snake. That's the right word.
That's not what I'm hearing, but I mean, I don't know what's going on with the Clippers, bro.
But he's a
They're-
solid backup to Davis, and I think the
Ibaka's
Lakers
an
are probably gonna go
upgrade.
back to back with those two pickups alone.
You have the Lakers going back to back.
With those two pickups, why not?
Yeah,
We can
they-
we'll go more into it in the third section. In our third.
Go ahead
segment,
though. What was next?
I agree. The Lakers are definitely winners. They're probably the biggest winners of this free agency. Dennis
And they
Dennis
just won the
Schroeder.
championship too. That's the crazy
Yeah.
part.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's a great job. Good on them. They did well. Dennis Schroeder, clear upgrade on Rondo. Clear upgrade on Rondo.
Marcus
Now,
Paul.
Slow down a little, bro. Slow down. Slow down. You saying this just to get me mad, or you?
Speaking
Rondo-
of Rondo, though,
No way, that's an upgrade, and you'll see it in the playoffs. That's
Upgrade.
not an upgrade. That's
can
not
I say
an upgrade.
who
You'll see
won
this-
free
Right,
agency though? I think it's
Right.
pretty obvious. I think the Atlanta Hawks obviously won free agency.
that's fair.
mainly because
I
they picked
think
up Rondo, but
They got Rondo. That's why
They got Rondo. Danny, you trying to suck up to Waza, man? Talking about Rondo.
he knows the
No, he's a
legendary
solid. No, I
Rondo.
think he's a solid point guard.
Hall of
He still
Fame.
is. And he's going to be a great mentor to Trae
Yo,
Young.
you will see it in the playoffs that Rondo was so important to that team, bro.
You're right.
So
That's
You know
important.
what?
that's
Playoff
something
Rondos
that
exist.
now that's something that you have to like really think about. Really. Now, also, listen. At the end of the day, Dennis Schroeder is an upgrade on him, but Rondo showed in the playoffs he can get it done. Schroeder, can he replicate that same form in the playoffs?
Yeah, I think losing out
He's
on
played
Rondo
well.
is huge as well.
So we don't know yet. Talent wise, Schroeder's a better player. So upgrade now. Very good upgrade. Wesley Matthews, good upgrade on Danny Green. Easily. Wesley Matthews is a great player. I would have
Oh,
taken him in Miami. I wanted him in
Plays
Miami.
defense too.
Great pickup from them. Harold, in theory, is a good pickup
Six-man of the year.
because
They got
six-man
two.
of the year
Well, and Schroeder was on
was top
in
three.
line to get it. So
Yeah. So basically getting two top 6 men of the year, that's crazy. In theory. Now
Yeah.
Harold, even in the playoffs, he showed a little iffy on defense, very iffy on defense. Can he replicate that same form? Is he a clear upgrade on Dwight Howard? I think Dwight Howard played very well. I
yeah,
think
no, that was
interior
another huge
defense,
loss.
they
And he
definitely
went to
got
the Hawks
worse.
as well.
Picking up Marcus Sol as well is solid.
Mhm.
And
Marcus Sol.
but I think
forgot
the
about
biggest thing,
Matthews.
the thing about the Lakers is that one, Harold, they took him from the Clippers. So the Clippers got worse.
Not really.
And also getting Wesley Matthews.
They got better than
Yeah.
Clippers.
You're
I
right.
think the Clippers got better,
And-
bro.
I
I
don't
agree,
think
I
so. I
agree.
think
I'm
they're
just saying-
Ibaka is a way better.
Ibaka
upgrade
is a
than
better
Clippers,
player.
bro. I
Ibaka's
like
a better
the Clippers,
player, but I'm just saying in their mindset when they were doing it, because of course the Clippers got better, but I'm saying they picked up Harold, they took him away from the Clippers, and that probably made them weak. But of course they made the signings, they picked up Ibaka, which I think is upgrade. And also
Mhm.
Wesley Matthews from the Bucks. So the Bucks and the Clippers both got weak. So it made sense. So yeah, I agree. I think Lakers are winners.
And I want to mention a couple more things about the Hawks. So just getting Gallinari
Yeah.
and now Bogdanovich, which is now
Yeah.
official because the Kings didn't
Is it?
match it. I just saw a tweet on that. So
Really?
Kings,
Gallinari
Kings
to the
didn't match-
Hawks is official.
yeah,
Is
no,
it
the Kings didn't match the offer. It was happening
Jeez.
during our podcast just now.
What?
Wow.
That's
Wow.
insane.
Yeah,
So-
I'm reading as well.
Now it's official.
It's the
And-
Rondo
yeah.
poll, but
Yeah, that's massive. That's massive for them.
And
Wow.
now the Hawks are obviously a playoff team, I believe,
Oh,
with
100%.
Gallinari,
Easily.
Bogdanovich. I mean, come on.
I have
Yeah,
I
easy.
have the Hawks and the Lakers there too.
Yeah,
I
I have a
both.
Hawks as winners as well.
Yeah,
They definitely.
I mean,
lose.
the
And I
Hawks.
put the Phoenix Suns there because Chris Paul. I mean, come on now.
Phoenix Suns did well.
They did well.
They're going to be at least 5th, 6th, maybe 7th seed team.
Ahmed, do
And-
you have winners?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Hawks just overnight made themselves like a
Literally
really-
overnight.
Seriously.
Obviously, the
6
Lakers
p.m.
they remain favorites for the championship. I mean, I don't understand how you go from winning a championship and then you add Montrezl Harrell, Dennis Schroeder, and then Marcus Gasol. That's
That's what I'm
ridiculous.
saying.
Rob Pelinka gets no real love, but Rob Pelinka is stepping up and he is shutting everybody up. So that's and then my third, I think Portland. I think Portland really did a phenomenal job this summer. They acquired Robert Covington, who I mean, he's just a perfect player for a championship team. He can shoot and he can play defense and he can guard from one.
Yeah, I
to
think they needed that defensive wing on that team for sure.
Also acquiring your boy Jones Jr. Dennis.
Derek Jones.
Derek Jones Jr.
And they still got Melo back, which is even crazier.
He's a high flyer. He's like a great burst off the bench. They got Ennis Cantor back.
They got Cantor back.
And they locked up Ronnie Hood, who's a good scorer. So and of course they got our boy Melo back, which is just makes them
that's fair.
Probably our second favorite team. But
yeah. So I was gonna say, and this is gonna make you guys happy, but I also have the Knicks as free agency winners. I think
I wanted to put them there, but
they cleared up. They got rid of some things that they had to get rid of.
If they would have got rid of Randall, then I think I would have put them up.
But they're getting there
for sure.
But they're taking the right steps.
Okay,
I think the Knicks are
that's why I wanted to put them there.
And they have space. They have space to acquire something else.
Can I ask you a question? Are the Knicks winners just because they're actually being?
That's what I'm saying. I don't.
A competent basketball team for once.
Yes, because they're not giving guys big contracts.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want
the Knicks.
Like this is
no.
But you need to accept it. Sorry, I know
you're right.
No, but you need to accept it. You need to accept it.
Accept what?
The Knicks being a proper franchise is a win because the Knicks are the worst franchise in the NBA.
We still have Julius Randle on the team. I'm saying if Julius Randle. If we got Julius Randle off the team,
I wouldn't put them even
with trading picks and then flipping picks and then making them all that.
Because you're still going to be a lottery team. It doesn't matter.
I'm saying, but an off season for what they did, it's not top 3. I agree with you, but it's a great off season. But right now, it's an
solid off season.
No, this is every team does
not
this every single off season.
Yeah, exactly. So, you're right, man. I agree with you there.
I don't know why you're acting like it's not a big step for them to run like a proper.
That doesn't mean the top 3 winners.
You're trying to be disrespectful, bro.
Well, I don't. Okay, perhaps they might not be top 3, but what disrespect? You just have to come to terms with it. I'm sorry.
But you're saying this, bro.
I like them, but obviously I'm going to criticize them. These two don't have another team to support, so they're not going to be open-minded.
And you know me, because any chance I get, I'm going to cook the Knicks, and they done good, but they're not top 3 winners.
No,
I mean I could have easily put them on my list just because I'm a Knicks fan, but I didn't because
I could have put Miami.
Just be foolish.
I could have put
Miami. Yeah,
Miami
you were so happy with that.
Are you crazy? Miami had a great offseason?
Yeah, they did. They got better. Yeah.
They got better?
They did. Did they not?
Yeah.
Avery Bradley plays over.
Avery Bradley. Okay, yeah.
They got better because they didn't get worse. They didn't really improve. They just didn't lose.
Yeah. Avery Bradley plays over nowhere better. Mo Harkless is better than DJ. Precious Achiuwa is gonna be in the future better than Jay Crowder. So
Adrian, I gotta actually, where did you think Miami's gonna get to the finals last season? I just wanted to.
Did I? No, I honestly, I really didn't.
I did.
I didn't. I didn't think. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Like in the playoffs? In the playoffs?
Anybody really did.
Playoffs, I was going for. Forget about it. I thought we were going to finals. I don't care. But before the season, before the bubble, I didn't think so.
Yeah.
But can I say something? It's Miami Heat related, but a winner of this free agency, the class of 2017. These guys all got paid big money. De'Aaron Fox, Jason Tatum, Donovan Mitchell,
Brandon Ingram.
and Brandon Ingram tonight. Today's news, bam. So winners, class of 2017.
No lies there.
Wanna go losers? Or the worst?
Let's go.
Yes, sir.
We got to talk about this one loser. Go ahead though.
All right, I'll go first. I think the Kings. I mean,
why do you say that?
I'm curious too.
I could have been nice and said some other teams, but the Kings, man, 14 years of not making the playoffs, and you just had a really great player, Bogdan Bogdanovic, and you lose him for nothing.
Yeah, they just lost him literally just now during our podcast, so that's huge.
And they're gonna lose Buddy one day. So I mean, I don't know what they're doing. Okay, you signed Fox to a max. What player is not gonna sign a max? You take your money first and then you trade it. That's common sense.
Mm-hmm.
So the Kings didn't improve on a team that was not good last year already, and they got worse by losing one of their best players, if not their best player behind Buddy. Yeah, I mean, I just feel bad for the Kings.
That's
Maybe 15
that's understandable. That's understandable. So, one of the losers I have is somewhat related to the Kings. I have the Milwaukee Bucks as losers.
I put them there.
When you were looking at it before the draft, it looked like they had something going.
They were trying to get Bogdanovic.
Getting Bogdanovic, now that was looking really good for them, looking like a real.
And then potentially tampering's now involved.
And now this whole situation about the tampering with him, losing on someone like Bogdanovic, that looks very iffy.
Loss.
And now,
another shooter.
They definitely need one. Now we look at the players that they signed: Bryn Forbes, DJ Augustine, Bobby Portis.
Yeah, but
I do think getting Drew Holiday though was a huge addition.
That would have been
He's a huge addition. Huh?
You just turned Bogdan
upgrade over Bledsoe.
5 players though.
I'd rather have Bogdanovic than those 5 players because he's easily much better than all of them.
Torrey Craig,
Torrey Craig's a good player. I like Torrey Craig. Torrey Craig was a good pickup.
Oh, they got Torrey Craig?
I'd rather have Bogdanovic easily.
Back again, I think.
Pat Connaughton?
Connaughton's
not good.
He's a good player for the Bucks.
Dude.
He's not bad, bro. He's not bad.
He's fine.
You're telling me you're taking Bogdanovic. You're taking these players over Bogdanovic? Hell no.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I think you're overrating Bogdanovic's capabilities.
Bogdanovic is a very, very good player.
If you did
he's great. But
all of these guys don't play on the Lakers. Yeah. And now Drew Holiday was a good pickup, but guess what? They also gave up 3 first rounders for him.
Bro, nobody
in a way
anymore. You kind of tell
that. No one cares about first round picks. That's cat.
The Knicks don't care about first round picks.
It's gonna look horrible if Giannis leaves. If Giannis stays, then it makes sense to give up those first rounds. Because any 3 first rounds
sign the max. He's going to sign the max because what player doesn't sign that kind of money? Then he's
Anthony Davis didn't. Anthony Davis turned it down in New Orleans.
Oh, all right. AD, but AD is I mean he was getting
come on, bro. Listen, at the end of the day, if the 1+1s are the wave now. Players, Giannis might take the supermax. I don't blame him. It's almost 200 million plus. I don't blame him. But if this guy really wants to win, I'm sorry, Bryn Forbes, Torrey Craig, DJ Augustine, and Bobby Portis doesn't show me that you really want to win, dude.
What are you talking about? Bro?
They're not good enough.
They turned.
So how they is, but they also gave up 3 first rounders. So now how are they going to prove it later on?
I'm saying they're trying to win now, and they did a good job of winning now. Drew Holiday and then
Drew Holiday and Bogdanovic look good, but when you tell me Drew Holiday, Bryn Forbes, Craig, and all these guys that they signed, that don't look that good, man.
I think
they really didn't. And also they lost George Hill, who was a good player.
Okay.
Listen, Drew Holiday's an upgrade on Eric Bledsoe, easily.
He's a great,
100%.
Great solid point guard, especially in the Eastern Conference.
We'll see. I think they lose.
All right, are you guys done?
Yeah, go ahead, Dan.
Go for it.
All right. Can we please talk about Detroit? Like, I think
I have them as a loser.
They were their top. They were definitely the top of the list. I mean, at least for me.
What
are they doing with all these big men? They're signing Mason Plumlee. They got Jerami Grant, which I don't understand what Jerami Grant was doing. He had a good role in Denver, and then he went to Detroit. And he got the same type of money, which I just don't understand.
He thinks he's a star, man.
What are they doing? Like, what is Detroit? Can you please tell me what Detroit is? I have no idea.
Okay, listen.
Someone here thinks they did a pretty good job, and they might make the playoffs next year.
That was before they gave money away.
They have no sense of direction, Detroit, whatsoever.
I still think they. I mean, they're not a loser. They lost Christian Wood, but I think
Honestly,
Christian
they
Wood
might-
was the hugest loss. Him
That
going
was
to
such a
Houston,
big loss.
yeah,
That was
Christian
such
Wood
a
was
big
really
loss.
good, man. Yeah,
Jerry
nah,
Grant is better than Christian
so
Wood.
good.
Who?
who?
Wait, who?
Jerry Grant is better than Christian Wood.
But they could have kept both
Yeah.
if they really wanted to.
Yeah.
Do
If you take away
Mason Plumlee
Mason
was
Plumlee got
bad.
25 million. Yes,
I mean,
Ahmed.
I don't even know who else they signed really.
you
Who else
really
was
can't
there?
defend these guys. They
Ahmed,
literally
are they
just
still
drafted
making
the
the
center.
playoffs? Are they still making the playoffs,
Traded
Ahmed?
Luke Kennard for I think a first round pick. I mean, I don't know if they make the playoff. Maybe 8 seed. They'll fight for the 8 seed.
Absolutely
No,
not.
bro.
Absolutely
No.
not. They might be they're going to be one of the worst teams in NBA, in my opinion. I think
Absolutely.
it's just going to
It'll
get
be a
worse.
solid
They
11,
Rose
12
still
seed.
have Blake Griffin and Derrick
No,
Rose.
not even that.
With that
Wait,
team.
yo,
So,
only if you're telling me they have the two most injury-prone dudes in the NBA,
All right, bro. I'm not.
and it's gonna
Tell
go
him, Yoni,
perfect.
tell him.
They play one
It's gonna
game
go
the whole
perfect.
year. Then obviously, yeah, they're not gonna be good. If they
They're
play
not,
good,
but they're
they're good.
it's
I like
it's
Blake
written.
Griffin.
It's written that Blake Griffin or Derrick Rose. I hope not. I
Especially
like
not
them
Blake
both.
Griffin. Okay, Derrick Rose, you want to be like
Derrick Rose
gonna
might
get
be
hurt,
traded. By the
Yeah.
by
Yeah,
the,
he might
by the end
leave,
of the
first of
season,
all.
he'll be traded. He's not staying there. They don't sign Killian Haynes
got
to
traded
keep
last
Rose.
time.
They didn't draft Killian Haynes to keep Rose. 100%.
I could see Blake
Rose is
Griffin
gone.
being traded. I just don't know where he would go.
Depends who's going to take his contract up, though. Not many would want to take him, especially with his
I
injuries.
put them in my top 3 best off seasons. I mean, they got Jerry
Listen,
Grant for 20
They don't know
million.
what are they doing.
They have no sense of direction. Then I had them
They don't.
at my top.
Bro, but this is what they always do. But hopefully this time they can get it
And the
right.
Rockets too. I don't know what they're doing with the potential loss of Westbrook and Harden on the rise. Christian
They're
Wood's
not
nice.
any of them, bro. I'm telling
Solid.
you, they're gonna keep
Getting
both.
Boogie Cousins.
Probably are going to keep both.
I got
They really
two
didn't improve. Go ahead.
No,
Yeah, Yoni.
I wouldn't say they didn't improve. They
Who?
got a big man in
Rockets?
Wood. The Rockets. They got a big man
Okay.
in Wood.
They got DeMarcus.
They got the Marcus who,
Wood.
if he plays,
If he plays,
if he even plays 50% of what he used to play,
He looked like a
It's not
shell
bad.
of himself coming off ACL. Now he got Achilles. Come on.
we'll
Or was it
see.
the other
That's
way
true.
around? No,
That's true.
I think he got hurt. I think he hurt his Achilles, then tore his ACL.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyways, shell of himself, then he tore his ACL or Achilles. I don't remember.
Achilles
But,
and
he's
That's two of the
he's
worst
not
injuries.
he's not. I have no expectation for DeMarcus Cousins at all. I would have took
Neither.
him in Miami though.
Who wouldn't you take
Uh,
in Miami?
Listen,
I was
people don't
gonna say- I was
understand. Any player that comes to Miami gets better. If they buy into the culture, they become better. Maybe it's because of HGH, Johnny.
It is because of the HGH. That's Miami's best player. Let it be known. It goes Jimmy, then HGH, and then Bam.
Have some
That's the
respect
order.
to Bam, bro. You're crazy.
He might be using
Get the hell out of here, bro.
HGH too. Who
No.
knows?
Yeah,
Get the hell
I was gonna say the Magic. They kind of had a bad off season too.
It's more so they just didn't do anything.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say
it was
I
just
don't
very
think they
slow.
did anything.
They could have
just
traded
don't do it.
Aaron Gordon for
Mhm.
either the draft picks or at least something else that can help them more, or trade their best player, Nikola Vujic, who's an all-star and who
Also,
can have some value, but who's been on the team for like some time now, and they can't get past the first round or win a game in the first round.
Mhm.
So they're a team like the Kings, pretty much. They had to improve to at least show some improvement, and they didn't.
Mhm.
And they also lost DJ and
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's a starting caliber point guard.
Mhm.
I know they drafted Cole Anthony, but you can still keep them both. And then Michael Carter Williams, I don't know what they're doing either. And then the Raptors too.
I agree.
mean, they're kind of smart because they're saving money for next year free agency. If someone comes there, then yeah, they're like I
Aaron
mean,
Baines went to the
who do you
Raptors.
But why
Yeah.
would you save money for next year, especially for Toronto? Like, when's the last time Toronto signed like a?
You're
I
right.
mean, you got Kawhi, but that was a trade.
Yeah, and they didn't keep him after winning a championship.
Yeah.
That's
So yeah,
crazy.
exactly. So I mean, I don't know what they're expecting. They re-signed Van Fleet.
On a
You
good
can-
deal, and although he's overpaid, but in the market, if the Knicks would have went to Fred, the Knicks would give him like 110 million. Honestly, So 80
Yeah.
million to stay with the team. He definitely took somewhat of a pay cut. So that's a solid deal.
And they also lost Ibaka and Margasol.
And Marcus Gasol, and they replaced him with Aaron Baines. I agree with the Raptors. I had him in my honorable mention. I think I posted on Twitter. I'm like, does Siakam and Fred VanVleet convince Giannis to go to Canada with all the state taxes? The taxes is much more over there than
I
in.
mean,
Does it? No. One of the losers I had is the Charlotte Hornets. Simple as that. They probably had the most shocking deal that whole free agency, giving Gordon Hayward 4 years, 120 million. Like what? These dudes are
That's
crazy. Michael
money.
Jordan. Come on, Mitch Kupchak. Remember, he's still there.
bro, I mean, I don't know if
insane.
it's so hard on Charlotte though.
What do you mean?
Like I said before, are they ever gonna sign a top free agent marquee guy? Gordon Hayward is the best. That's the highest type of all-star or superstar you'll ever
Yeah.
get. So I don't know. I mean, yes, paying a guy that just broke his leg and that has underperformed under his first max contract doesn't look good. $30 million a year for Gordon Hayward. His agent is
Incredible.
Give him.
God. But
That
I'll never get a
deserves
contract like that
statue.
ever again.
you're not going to get anybody else. And Gordon Hayward is an all-star player.
Mm, mm.
And
They'll
he's
get
gonna-
Lonzo Ball in a few
Listen,
years.
that all makes sense. It's very good, but dude, no. You can't give it. Plus, they also had to waive Nicholas Batum, who's almost scanning up to like $20 million.
Yeah, that was. I mean, that was
this
the
guy's
worst
giving.
contract
This
for
guy's
Kyrie.
about to. This guy's got getting paid $20 million to probably play for another team. So
In
it's
France.
all over for them. Yeah. So yeah.
Uh,
I mean, I don't know what
So-
else you could say.
I think that pretty much sums it up. I had the Clippers as losers. You guys obviously
We
know
got Ibaka.
why.
Nobody got
I
Rondo.
think
Yeah,
they had
but
I think
they
had a
had
really
the chance.
underrated draft.
No,
free
no,
agency.
they had the chance to flip
Luke
the
Kennard,
tides of Los
Ibaka.
Angeles by signing Rajon Rondo and
Oh my
making them
God.
a,
That
a,
guy.
a playoff
Rondo
contender.
got offered ridiculous money for his age, bro, and then he obviously took the money.
But he's good. Bro. He
You're not
They
even
do need a
going-
point
no-
guard.
no
They do
championship
need a
puts
point
that-
guard.
he
I was
puts
gonna
that
say,
Clippers
they have
team
no
in the
point guard.
final.
That's why I think they are a loser.
They do need
He
a point
puts
guard,
that-
but
they
they're
do.
not giving Rondo that
They
money,
do
bro.
need a point guard. You're right,
Bro,
but Rajon Rondo's not
Rondo
worth-
puts them in the finals.
No, Rondo's not one.
Rondo
That's
puts
not
them in the
what
finals. Rondo
You're
puts them in the
sick.
finals.
No,
You're a
that's not
sick freak.
guaranteed. What are you, bro? Like,
This
I
guy's
get
a sick
I get it.
freak.
You like
Stop.
Rondo.
Yeah, I believe him too. That's the funny part.
Rondo
He
puts them in the
probably
finals. He definitely
Who
does.
knows?
He's a veteran. He
Probably
has the
does.
experience. He'll run the
Listen,
strings. Kawhi Leonard and Paul
Rondo-
George are not running a team because they're soft.
Rondo,
Kawhi
Ibaka,
Leonard's not running a
and
team.
Luke Kennard. Luke
Smack-
Kennard, probably good.
Luke Kennard was a
Yo,
solid pickup.
Let's change it. Yeah,
Oh,
listen,
it's a great pickup.
let's go to the next topic. Come on.
All right.
Yeah, I go
Thanks.
crazy.
So for our next topic, we'll just give a general outlook to the NBA season. I mean, we summed up the draft. We summed up the free agency. There's still more to come with free agency, but we'll get there. The first thing I want to discuss. though-
Majority of the big guys are gone.
Yeah.
Majority of the big guys are
Majority.
gone. So
But the first thing I want to get to is the new format, the
Mm-hmm.
new formatting for the NBA schedule.
Yeah.
Interesting, very interesting. They're doing the what's it
It's-
called again? The play-in, for the
Play-in,
playoffs, or
play-in
whatever?
Tournament,
Yeah.
yeah.
this is going
Which
up
they
to 10
implemented
seeds.
last season.
10 seeds have a chance to make the playoffs.
Is that the only change? I don't know, Tigla. You
It's
might
72
seeds?
It's 10 seeds.
Oh, okay.
It's and 72 games. But that
17.
playing format is very, very interesting, especially
I
when
love
you
it.
think in the
But I
bubble
don't know
where a
what-
lot of those games are very exciting.
So
what happened to Met?
so basically, go ahead,
Hold
Ahmed.
on.
No,
Let me
finish.
ask you a question. It's for both conferences, the play-ins?
Yeah, both
Yeah.
conferences.
I would
Yes.
hope so.
Yes.
I don't
So
know,
just
because
for anyone
last-
listening who's not too familiar, what they're doing this year is they're gonna take the 7, 8, 9, and 10 seed, and they're gonna have them play each other in a mini tournament. The 7 and 8 team play each other one game.
Yep.
Winner goes
Yeah.
through.
Yeah.
And takes the 7th seed. Then the 9 and the 10 seed play 2 games, right? Is it
That's what they did for last season too.
No,
Yeah.
no, they play one game, I think. The 9 and the 10 seed played one game. and then
Mhm.
the winner faces the 8th seed.
It would have
one
been
game for
potentially
the
two
8th
though. Like I'm talking about for like the Memphis and Portland. It would have been potentially
Mhm.
two.
Is it 2?
Mhm.
I don't know. I think it's 2 or
Yeah.
1. I'm not too sure. Because they said it
It's
was 2, but I think they're counting the second
no,
game
it's
against
two,
the 8th seed.
but it just didn't go to the second game.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, yeah, and then they play the loser of the 7-8 seed for the 8th seed. So, I like it personally.
It's
I like it a
It's
lot.
fair.
Hell yeah, absolutely. And now in terms of a whole season, now that it changes the dynamic a lot.
Yeah, it's
now,
not a whole
if
season.
teams
Yeah.
if teams are now, because in the bubble some teams are invited, some teams weren't. Makes sense. We got it. Now overall, some teams might just go for it. So going back to Med's point, Charlotte Hornets, we get it. They have a chance of making the playoffs now. So why not give someone like Gordon Hayward that big contract, even though way
There's
overpaid?
no doubt
And they got
that-
a good solid team. They got a solid team throughout the thing. So teams like that, very mid teams, have a chance to make the playoffs. That's exciting, man. That's exciting. I love it. I love underdogs. I love it. And especially for the Western Conference where there's so many teams that are
So
really
many.
good and can make the playoffs, it helps that very much. If you're
Is
good
it
enough,
still top
play and
8
get
though,
it.
or is it top 10? Just to clarify.
So like I said, the 7, 8, 9, and 10 seed play each other in the little playoff.
It's the play-in. Yeah, it's the play-in.
And then
tournament.
the two, basically it's still 8 seeds that go into the playoffs.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
the last 4 play
Have
each
a
other
chance.
within each other to have that
Yeah.
chance. So the 9, basically they're giving the 9 and 10 seed a shot.
A chance of making the playoffs. Yeah.
Okay.
What if it's not close at all though?
It doesn't matter.
That's so stupid. What if the 8 seed is over 500 and then the 9 seed is under
Right.
500?
Win.
Hmm.
Something
What if
like
they
that.
don't
Win.
win, bro? That's so stupid. Bro.
Then that's tough.
I like
Yeah,
it.
I
Underdogs.
like it a
What's
lot.
wrong with underdogs?
I like it a lot. If you're good enough, beat it.
That's so stupid, bro. I don't want.
No, if you're
Nah.
good enough, beat them. Exactly what Tiku's saying. If you're good enough,
You're
beat
good
them.
enough, beat
One
them.
game,
It's
bro.
not even
That
one- it's not
that
one
don't
game.
prove nothing, bro.
You gotta
I
think
kind
about
of
it.
agree
One-
with the Med, but
Yeah,
One game is a little weird.
that's so
I think-
stupid. Weird.
Here's the
yeah,
thing.
that's why.
I
Yeah.
think
Bro, there's a couple
I think-
things very stupid about this restart.
um
December 22nd restart date.
yeah,
That's
you don't like it.
ridiculous, bro. That's
You
ridiculous.
think it should have been later?
Yeah, bro. I think after New Year is perfect. I mean, listen, bro.
They
Especially
want that
22nd.
Christmas Day money. They want that Christmas
3
Day
days,
money.
bro. I know, I get it, but 3 days before Christmas, I don't understand.
They want that
Yeah,
money, bro.
I
Be
agree
honest.
with that. I think they really
month
started it
turnaround.
way too early, especially for teams
Yeah.
like the Lakers and
Bro,
the Miami
and
Heat.
then you
that
get enough
just-
time off.
LeBron's not playing the first 2 weeks or something. You know that.
He's
Dude,
not.
LeBron shouldn't play for the first month.
Shouldn't.
And Miami should do it too. Tell him he got a hamstring injury. Jimmy Butler, Bam all got injuries. Especially us. Dragic was
That's
hurt.
why. That's why the
Bam
Knicks
was hurt.
started.
They're
Like,
doing
5.
Miami,
Yeah.
they're doing Lakers,
3
doing the teams that went deep. I hate that they started it like so early. I hate it.
It's only
You know-
because of the money.
It is
Of
his money.
course.
You know very
Another-
well, players like Jimmy Butler, they're not going to say anything, but they need that break. We're talking Jimmy Butler, who
100%.
played crazy minutes in the finals. putting his
LeBron's
heart
30
out.
something. LeBron's like
Oh, yeah.
36.
Bro, we're playing almost like 48 minutes a night.
LeBron's not young, man.
Nah.
All
bro.
LeBron.
Come on, man. That shit is bullshit. You're right, man. I agree with that.
And
LeBron's 35.
also, going back to what Ahmed said, I think you're right. The one game is kind of peculiar because I think they did that with the bubble in mind, trying to shrink the time gap. But now that they kind of have
I
more
like the
time,
bubble.
There's got to
Play
be.
it, make
was
it
dope,
3.
though.
but
there's
why don't
gotta
they make
be
it 3
something,
games?
Either a tiebreaker with that team or.
Yeah, they should make it
I
3.
don't mind him. It's new, and I like him.
But it's
I like
I think
ridiculous.
I think the one
not-
game is too rushed. They have time now. It's not a bubble anymore. Take your time. Play 3 games. Nobody's gonna. I mean, fatigue maybe, but
No, I mean, they don't
we're
have time.
talking-
Man. They got a lot of things in the summer that they got to
like
get for.
they got
gotta
time.
finish
Man.
the
3
season.
games.
I like new shit happening.
I
I
like
like
it.
when new shit happens. And listen, my team won't be in that situation, so I'm good.
You sure?
I mean, I wish my team would be in that situation.
Exactly.
You don't know. Maybe the Knicks do go
Yeah, who
10th
knows?
seed.
Yeah,
We'll
I'm
see.
sure.
But yeah, what do you guys think? General opinions on how the NBA season is gonna go?
It's great to have
It's-
basketball back. I think we're gonna have a lot of guys, a lot of superstars miss the first month or something. So
I
it's
agree.
gonna be
Same.
a little awkward,
Same.
a little weird. But I think
It's gonna be.
I think around March, around April, when everybody's already adjusted, and then we're gonna have regular basketball back. And then I think they're playing it in their home stadiums, right, and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they are.
besides
Well,
besides
Toronto,
draft
Toronto, no.
Toronto
Yeah,
plays
Toronto's
in
playing in
Tampa.
Tampa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tampa.
Second best team in Florida.
And there's gonna be no All-Star game this year too, which is
No, there
interesting.
is. There
No,
is.
no, there's also
There is.
there's also.
There is? Okay.
I think they announced it. They
But
probably
I
didn't
don't
want
know.
to. And then.
Kobe Bryant Award,
Yeah.
you gotta have that.
Yeah, they're gonna have an All-Star now. Is it gonna be in a specific stadium? I'm not sure, but there's definitely gonna be an All-Star game.
That's so risky, bro. You get one loose case.
You look at
Oh,
the NFL right now. The NFL, the cases, a lot of top guys getting cases. Teams are shutting down their. It's a
Ravens-
risk at all playing in the pandemic, but that's not for me to decide. That's for Adam Silver. So
And like we gotta give the NBA like all the benefit of the doubt because this bubble was near perfect or perfect.
Near
bro.
perfect.
So,
Not
yeah.
near perfect.
Yeah.
Easily.
We gotta give them
No case.
whatever they say. Just whatever.
I trust Adam Silver. If Adam Silver wants my child to hold, I trust him with my whole heart, bro, because he clearly knows what he's doing.
Even though
That's
Will
fine.
Williams almost cost it for everybody, but other than that.
Oh, that's true. But you can't blame Adam
Yeah.
Silver for that, you know?
No. Adam Silver did a great job.
It's super difficult, man. Super difficult, but they done well. They done well, and we'll see.
I'm looking forward to
think-
the season.
Absolutely. Do you guys think it's going to be a lot of repetition of the same star teams we saw? Like any sleepers?
Sleepers.
First off, the
I mean,
Warriors, how far do you think they're going?
The Warriors are a sleeper team.
Not a sleeper, but they're not. I don't know if they're semifinalists.
Honestly, I haven't
Conference
really like
finalists, sorry.
sat down. I haven't really sat down and looked at like, all right, yo, this team's gonna be really good. This
Yeah,
team's
I
gonna be
didn't
a sleeper.
either.
But if I had to pick one in my head, I don't know. I would say the Suns. I like what they did. I think they have a really good team.
I don't really call them a
think
sleeper because I feel like they're obviously going to be a
true.
playoff team now.
I mean, yeah.
The Hawks. The
That's-
Hawks.
The Hawks, I was
are
about to say, are going to be now a playoff team.
That's true. I like the Hawks. They look really well.
Wait, so the
People
Hawks
like
got Bogdanovich and they got Danilo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gallinari, and they got Chris
Are you
Dunn, and they got
serious?
Rondo. That's a really
Ben
good team.
Rondo, Howard.
No,
That's
really good.
incredible.
They
I'm
really
gonna
had the
say-
best offseason.
I got
How
a
are we gonna
sleeper.
go to the Hawks though?
I got a sleeper. Who? Dwight Howard went to the Sixers.
Yeah.
Oh, he went to the Sixers. Okay.
I
Yeah.
have a sleeper. I have a sleeper.
Right, I
the
forgot.
I have the Memphis
That's it.
Grizzlies.
You have the Memphis
Memphis,
Grizzlies.
I think Memphis
they're
is
sleeper.
in win down mode. But I think a team that last year record wise, that's gonna have a huge record, like way different. I think Portland. I think now that they're healthy, they're not gonna be
Yeah.
fighting for the HCI. I think it's a team that could be top 3, top 4 all season.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
There you go. That's
Top
a good
three,
shot.
top four.
A lot of guys coming back. Rodney Hood,
They're all healthy, and then they got better already. So I think
Cantor came back.
I don't disagree at all.
Cancer can
Uh,
definitely relieve.
that
Well,
Collins,
with Nurkic is back, right?
Nurkic.
Nurkic is back.
And if
Just
anything
another
happens to
Whiteside, but I don't
Nurkic,
know how-
which
I don't know
I
how
doubt it.
It's not Whiteside's gonna be on that team.
Yeah, but that situation. Yeah, Whiteside's not there. They just got Cantor, and I find it funny that
Where's Whiteside
DeMarcus Cousins-
actually? Is he still?
Nowhere. He should be in
He's free
China. I find it
He's
funny
free agent?
DeMarcus Cousins gets signed from. Yeah, he's a free agent. I find it funny DeMarcus Cousins got signed before him, but that just goes to show when you leave Miami, you're just a nobody.
Now more than he's a ball player now.
He's
Wait,
a nobody. I don't
Didn't
care.
LeBron win a ring after he left Miami? 2 of them or something?
Wow, arguably one of the best players of all time has won after.
Oh,
going
okay.
away.
No, I'm just clarifying because you just said if you leave Miami, you're nobody. So. Just out of
Whatever, dude. Come on. I
Fair.
think another sleeper, a very low key one. I think the Washington Wizards.
If they
drafted
keep
well.
John Wall or if they get rid of him.
If John Wall, I mean, it depends who they get rid of. If they get Russell
If he
Westbrook,
plays a
I think
game,
that's-
sure.
I don't
If
think
he
they're
plays
gonna
a game.
John Wall, if John Wall comes back and looks somewhat decent, they might in this 10 seed format. Why not? Bradley Beal
He
played like
plays a couple
an
minutes of a
ultimate
game,
player.
sure, yeah.
Even if they trade
Yeah.
John Wall and they got someone like Russell Westbrook, what's being talked? That's a good team. Drafting Danny, they brought back what's his name, Burton, Thomas Bryant. That's a sleeper.
Yeah.
I hope
a
not
good
though, because I want Bradley Beal in Miami.
Who don't you want in Miami?
That's a
He's
fact.
named at least 6 people this episode alone.
Bro,
I
he's
think
got
Ahmed is
Kevin
on his way to
Knox,
sign a
he has
rookie
Kevin Knox
contract.
So Miami can get these guys.
Like what?
Miami can get these guys. Come
Does
on.
Miami sign Giannis next season?
No,
Be honest. Just give your
be
personal
honest.
opinion.
Me
Yo.
myself, I don't know. If I had to bet on it, I don't think he comes. I think he stays. I think he takes the money. But if he does not, sign and trade. LeBron James came to Miami and signed a trade. So remember that.
And by the way, speaking of sleepers, the Spurs are going to do some magic this season. The
I'm
Spurs are
sure,
gonna do
dude.
some magic.
Would you guys trade
Okay,
to
bro.
Cleveland? Bro?
What?
Huh?
Would you guys trade to Cleveland? Miami.
I think we gave them a pick, but we sent Bradley. We sent Michael Beasley to Timberwolves. I think that's what happened.
Do the
It was like a
uh,
3-team trade. It was a sign and trade, and technically.
let me ask you Knicks
Or
fans as
Jamal.
well. Do you guys want Russell Westbrook?
The last player I want.
You don't want Russell Westbrook? What don't you like about Russell Westbrook?
You guys need something.
If they take Julius Randle, Kevin Knox in a second rounder for Russell
not?
Westbrook, let's go. We'll bring
Why not?
Russ. I love Russ in the Garden for that.
Russ is not gonna take. Russ is not gonna be worth that much. Why not?
Bro, what I'm saying, like,
Huh.
this is what Knicks fans, they're willing to give up draft picks and assets for 1 year.
I never want to give up
He's
a
not
draft
worth-
pick
he's
like
not worth
again.
a draft pick.
Honestly,
Say you're a
No,
winner for a
no.
year, you're still gonna be a loser after that. So just
Yeah,
build
but
up
can,
young
let
players.
me, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Well, don't you? Isn't it better for young players to be around a winning culture rather than
I'm gonna say
lose
this
every
right now. I'm gonna say
single
this
year?
right now because I've been having the same arguments with Knicks fans. Culture is that's the most overrated
Scott.
word in sports. It's
Mm.
overrated. Either you're a winner or you're a loser. And everybody on this Knicks team has been a loser. We got Tom Thibodeau and we got Mike Whitson, especially Mike Whitson, who's a winner.
What's in here?
Let's go. Let's actually develop these players for one, and not just budge on making a horrible trade that just because it looks good now. Don't. It's been 20 years like this. 20 years. This is the first time
certainly don't.
we actually have a plan. Knicks fans want to throw it away because we're gonna be the 12th seed, bro. Make the 8th seed this year, maybe make the 8th seed this year with Russ, and then get swept by the Brooklyn Nets first round. That's gonna make me feel better. Get out of here, bro.
that's
gonna
exactly.
kill me
You
in
literally
the
took
morning.
all the words out of my mouth. So.
I think that would make sense if you just don't look at the past
Kevin Knox,
20 years.
Second rounder, I would love Russell Westbrook.
That would make sense.
Not gonna
You're
happen.
right. But
Danny,
if
would you
look at
take
the
John Wall?
past-
John Wall.
Well, I would take
Instead of
Russell
Russ.
Westbrook over John Wall, and I love John Wall.
Yeah.
John
Same.
Wall's a
It's the
bad
same
player.
difference to me. I
You
mean,
don't like
I'd
John Wall
rather have
either?
John
I think
Wall,
John
but
Wall's
then-
worse. John Wall's worse.
But yeah,
like,
John Wall would
not player-wise,
because of his
but
injuries. I'd rather have
But
Westbrook.
if you had to add
Coming
a
off a
piece,
torn Achilles.
the Knicks are capable.
Bro,
If you had
bro.
to add a piece, who would you add?
Realistically,
Joni.
Yeah.
John Wall signed a max deal 4 years ago, right? That was his first max deal. His second max deal, he's on his first year this year. It hasn't
Yeah.
even kicked in yet. His
he
max
hasn't even
deal.
kicked
How
in.
much is he getting
This is his
paid
first year.
in 3 years?
Getting like 40.
46.8 million.
40. Yeah, nah, you don't do that, especially someone
That's
coming off
crazy.
a torn Achilles.
Get out of here,
So-
bro. But Knicks fans don't know this, bro. They don't know it. Like, they have no idea what they're talking about. But whatever.
Personally,
Man,
I like Russell. I think John Wall is too
honestly,
risky. So
I don't mind.
the perfect trade is trade for Mike
Oladipo.
Conley.
for who?
I would say
You know
though.
why?
I would
You know
say
why? You know why?
Nah.
Because Mike Conley has 1 year left. He's getting paid a whole lot of money that I don't think Utah wants to keep around. So
should
we
get
take that
Oladipo.
1 year contract of a point guard who's a starting point guard. Mike Conley is no scrub. Don't forget, it's because he had 5 bad games with the Utah Jazz, right?
Yeah, I don't know about that. He had a
Mike Conley's
bad
not a scrub.
overall year. Played really
What?
bad, man. He would play really bad.
First year in
And
Utah,
what you're saying,
Oh, he's been good for 7 years.
mm,
I'm gonna take those 7 years over 1 year on his on.
but also he's much older.
Trying to fit in.
He's getting
But
older
Mike-
every year.
That's why I wouldn't take him.
But Mike,
He's
but
getting older every year though. He's
Mike
33.
Conley, especially in the East, is a starting point guard, right? And then they will also give us either a late first round pick or a second round pick with that deal, because we're gonna take his contract for one more year.
But who would you give up for them to be better? Because they're a playoff team. They want to win now.
Julius Randle.
Who would you give them that would make them?
Julius
So you're
Randle.
telling me Randall? Randall's enough? And that
Yeah,
does
but
Randall
Knox-
even fit that team? But yeah, you're right. And what you're saying makes sense. I think the player you're talking about doesn't. I think someone like Victor Oladipo makes more sense in terms of where the Pacers want to go. They want to get more younger players.
Oh, you think-
Plus,
you
and I think he's a better player.
You're gonna Victor Oladipo, bro.
Yeah, I do. I think Pacers might want to blow. But look, have the Pacers done anything to improve? They haven't even got. They haven't even improved. But yeah, you're right. But the thing is, I'm hearing stories about that his trade market is not even anything. People don't want to give up a lot for him. So why the Knicks? Give up what you guys got. You got to get a couple young players.
I would rather have Mike
couple of
Conley,
people.
especially because we need a point guard.
That makes sense.
And,
But
and a really good defensive point guard that Tibbs will love. So
I like
Can I go
Mike
back-
Conley. Trust me, I do. I just because of his age alone, I wouldn't.
I know,
do
but,
that.
but listen, 1 year because we're gonna take on his expiring contract, and then we get a draft pick with it.
Sure, no. Then I understand what you're trying to say. Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Great deal. That's how you
I
do
don't-
business.
so you're telling me you're gonna get a first year, you're gonna get a first rounder for an expiring contract for them taking on an expiring contract?
No, we take on.
Yeah,
the-
you take on an expiring contract and they give you a first rounder for that. I don't think that's not.
Bro, what are you talking about? We've been doing this all summer.
I just
You don't-
I really
you
like
don't
what they did with
get-
Ed Davis
you
though. They
don't-
they
you
traded
do
for
it,
Ed Davis and
You
got
don't
three
get a
second round
first.
picks basically.
You don't get a first rounder for a contract that's
I
expiring.
don't know about first rounder. But
It's
definitely a draft pick
multi-year-
with that, or 2 second rounders.
multi-year contracts. Yes, so like the likes of a Chris Paul or likes of like a Russell Westbrook. One of those guys. You do not for an expiring contract. But can I get back to the point about how you said about culture doesn't matter?
Get better this year. What's
Okay. Can I go back to the point that you said about culture getting better? That would make sense if the Knicks haven't been losing for like the last 6 years and getting lottery picks and still being shit the next year. That would make sense. But guess what? You guys need to change. Something needs to change.
But you're just glossing over the fact of what they're trying to do.
The Brooklyn Nets didn't have a first round pick for however long. They built this competitive team. They were a competitive team, and then they took the likes of Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving from your doorstep, from changing their culture. So you don't tell me culture doesn't matter, because it does.
Not culture, bro. It's not a
Especially
culture.
What culture do
Made it to the
the
play.
Nets have? What
Winning
culture do the
culture,
Nets have?
The Nets were very competitive in a lot of the games.
That
They turned up to
culture-
a team.
No,
It
wait.
doesn't-
The second
people
the
want to
second-
join teams that are
wait,
winning. They made it to the
wait.
playoffs.
Listen,
They made
The
it to the
second-
playoffs before.
was it winning culture, or was it what's his name? Sean Marks and how
Sean
smart
Marks-
he is, and
Yes, he put in a
Yes.
culture. He says that's the number one
What
thing that they have.
culture?
but this
culture.
is what, bro,
That culture went away as soon as you got rid of Russell. As soon as you got rid of D'Angelo
Why?
Russell, that culture went away.
Why?
Listen, Tiku,
You're getting a better player.
did they ever sign someone like Russell Westbrook or John Wall? No. Exactly. That's what they, you know what they did? They trusted in their coach to develop their young players, and that's what he did. That's why I'm asking.
You gotta
Knicks,
be a
trust
good
in
team.
Tibbs, like
Listen, I agree with that. You're right, but the Knicks, I
Dom,
think they need to be a winning culture.
culture is the most overrated word in sports now.
Listen, I'm a Heat fan.
You're not.
Listen, I'm a Heat fan.
But it's
Don't be talking about
misused. How are you going to say,
That's-
oh, a team went to the playoffs? That's a culture. That's not a culture. That's called doing your job. The culture really was just
Of
D'Angelo
course, just
Russell.
not making
and
it
those-
to the
and
playoffs
those
doesn't mean.
stars,
I'm not saying
anything,
that.
the
Making
Nets-
making the playoffs
No,
should not be this
no.
big time
Okay.
celebration.
But there's got to be different. No. Of course, there's context in what they
Have
did.
to
I
leave
remember
Mason.
the Atlanta Hawks were making to the playoffs every single year, and they didn't do anything. But the Knicks are a big market. If you have a winning culture in a big market, you bring in superstars easily. That's why you need to utilize it, not just being in the lottery every year. That's all.
Hey,
I'm saying.
Jarek, what does culture mean to you though? Like, what is your definition
Culture?
of culture?
I think being competitive in every game, working hard, we're playing
but-
as a team,
Okay, but this
following
is
the coach.
Okay, listen. It doesn't have to be either you want to win now or you want to make the playoffs or you want to tank. Bro, I'm not saying just because I don't want Russ, I want to tank. I still want this team to try to win games. Listen, I'm realistic. I mean, if they win 35 games this year, that would be insane. But listen, bro, like the Knicks right now are just developing players, and anything else would hinder any like young player development or any assets that we have, just keep those for now, especially until next year.
Yeah. I mean, to
Oh,
piggyback
yeah.
on what he's
No, of
saying,
course.
like getting a guy like Russell Westbrook will actually hinder the development of young guys like Noah Kino, which I still feel like he has some room to grow. And if he
I mean, I
could
think Frank,
actually get any
I don't
better,
really care about Frank, but it's just that for what Russ would cost.
yeah,
I think, but listen, I think someone like Russ can get you a first round. Those are the deals you can get first rounders for, because you're taking on that contract that goes for multiple years. I think you're getting it mixed up for getting like you're getting a first rounder for an expiring contract. That's not really how it
No,
goes.
I'm saying.
Just go
if-
look at
if
Oklahoma
Utah
last year with the.
wants to get better this like right now, then yeah, they would give up that.
But do they really get better? They're getting rid of Conley, and they're probably going to get what? Randall?
No,
Is that
I'm
really
saying,
getting better?
it would have to be the trade that we do. But if they get
I
rid
think
of Mike
Oklahoma.
Conley's cap room, his money, and then from there they can work. But it depends what they give us.
I don't know.
And I don't really think they care what they get back, because if they get Mike Conley off their books.
The Knicks
Alright,
are smart. They
listen.
get Whiteside,
Oh, you're crazy.
another
Listen.
center.
Bro,
I
the
think
only guy right
this-
now that's still out there that I want is Kyle Korver. That's the only guy I want. He's
Korver.
perfect. He's a shooter and he's a great mentor. Perfect.
okay.
Why not?
Listen, I think that's a good.
I'm not asking for much, bro.
Anybody have any final comments? Because I think that's a great way to round it off.
I'm getting
Um,
outnumbered by Knicks fans, man. Every single day, there's more
Bro,
Knicks fans on this
bro,
podcast.
Well,
My
that's
world, bro.
because
Welcome to my
it's
world.
New York.
This is, I
It's
know.
not New Jersey.
I
It's
hate
not
it.
New Jersey.
I hate it.
Go to Miami.
They're in
Sip
Atlanta.
it.
Wish
I
you
would
could.
love to go to Miami. Come on,
Wish.
son.
We're doing the podcast over Zoom. You can just
The
go
only
to
Miami fan in New York.
Yo,
The only
listen,
one.
I'm loyal. I'm
Might as
loyal,
well.
boy.
You're
I'm
loyal.
loyal. I'm loyal.
I give
I've
him
been
that.
through this shit from everybody
bro,
was
you watch
telling
the
me,
game
oh,
today?
when
Bro, you got a
LeBron
game
leaves,
today,
you're not even gonna be a Heat fan.
Yo, bro, you watch
Yeah.
Man U today, bro?
And you
Did I
became
watch
a
Man
Nets
U?
fan.
Nah, I'm not a Nets fan. I'm a Heat
Anyway,
fan. I just like the Nets.
Guys,
I'll be in LA. I'll be at the parade in Atlantic Avenue.
okay. You don't know how to get there though, but
I
it's
do.
fine. Name all the trains at Atlantic Avenue. Name all the trains that stop at Atlantic Avenue.
D train, R train, 2 train, Q train. Yeah, that's it.
That's it. You missed like half of them, more than half, but it's.
Whatever.
I'm
dude.
not even gonna. I know them, but I'm not gonna name them. all 'cause-
Whatever, dude.
Whatever. We get it. I just want to say special shout out to Danny. Thank you.
Thank
for,
you, Danny.
Listen,
Thank you, man.
we
boy.
It
co-hosted
was an
this
honor being
episode.
on.
Thank you for having us on your episode. We appreciate you coming
Absolutely.
on ours.
Yes,
It-
sir.
I just want
Thank
to
you
say,
guys
Danny,
for coming on mine. Appreciate
absolutely
it.
for real, Danny. You when you started your podcast, it truly was an inspiration.
Yeah,
It
100%.
got definitely. I know it got us thinking like, we can also
Let's
do
do it.
this. Let's do it.
100%.
Why not? Let's
That's
go
what I
at
was
it.
trying to
So
tell you, man. Anybody could do a podcast. It's very simple, and I'm glad that you guys did one, and I really like it so far, and I can't wait to see more
Thank
out of you guys.
same goes for
And
you. Thank
I
you
was
so
glad-
much.
Vice versa,
We'll do-
you're good to be on Chips
We'll do
Podcast.
more of these. We're gonna do more of
100%.
these.
100%.
I can't wait to be on more of these.
Definitely.
Awesome.
So
Great.
yeah, thank you all for watching. Make sure you hit up our socials. Danny, do you have any like social media you want to shout out real quick?
I mean, for you guys could follow me on Danny Cacace Sports at DANNYCACACESPORTS on Instagram, and I believe Twitter as well. And also my podcast is Danny C Talking Sports. And
We'll put
so
the
you guys
links
can
in the
check that
bio.
out.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
put them in
links
the
in the
Check that
bio.
out on Anchor, Spotify,
and give it a listen, guys.
wherever
It's great. It's great.
Yes.
And
Love
he
that.
doesn't. He touches a bunch of subjects, and it's great.
Yeah, I
Definitely
got
give it
a
listen.
lot of guests on there, like you guys now. And so, yeah.
Well, that's
it
it.
out.
Thank you guys for watching. I think it was a great episode. We appreciate you guys,
Yeah.
and we'll see you guys next time.
Yep.
See
See
ya.
ya.